Good afternoon. Got a quick question for you. Actually, it may turn out to be a long question. Getting ready to work on a project. Anyway, how do you trust those who have proven that they are not trustworthy? How do you trust those who have said things and done things that would make a thinking person go, wait a minute, I don't know about that? How do you trust those people? So I started a video yesterday on why you would trust someone who has not earned that trust and who's actually disearned that trust, if you get my drift here. But I was also starting a project. There's a reason why I don't do how-to videos on some of the projects I do. I like to get them done, and setting up cameras, setting up angles, and all that. It just slows me down. So you won't get a lot of how-to videos from me. So back to the point of my video, I seen this morning on the news that CDC is now recommending you choose Moderna or Pfizer over Johnson because of the increased chance of getting blood clots from the Johnson & Johnson. Where's this recommendation a year ago? Now a bunch of people have had blood clots. And you're not seeing it on your local news, or not your CNNs anyway, if you still watch that garbage. But there are people who have died from this. I seen last week a little girl, 7 years old. Don't vaccinate your children with this garbage. Do not do it. I'm not so much an anti-vaxxer, but it's just too many unknowns. It's too dangerous. Don't vaccinate your children. Anyway, back to my point. 7-year-old girl got vaccinated last week, and she had a stroke and a brain hemorrhage, and as of that time was still in critical condition in the hospital. Now I know there's some of you out there that think, well, I just don't want them to get COVID. The chance of a child getting COVID is extremely slim, and the chance of them dying from it is even a lot more slimmer. But it's okay. She's had a stroke now. See, this is the choice you have to face. Now, I also seen about a month ago where the FDA is requesting that the records that show the testing results and all that stuff on the run-up to the initial approval of the drugs be kept secret for 55 years. Well, that's a good way to earn trust. We're just not going to tell you how we did this. And then a week later, they moved it up to another 20 years. So for 75, 76 years, supposedly you're not supposed to be able to find out how all this was worked out. How do you trust that? How do you trust them? And then you have the fact that they shut down ivermectin and chloroquine and other treatments. But you got to get that get that jab, got to get that shot. There's a country in India, a province of India, it's got, I think, 240 million people that decided not to follow the National Institutes of Health, which is basically most other countries follow the protocols of the United States. And they decided they weren't going to do that. Instead, they started going with using ivermectin for early treatment. Now, that country is only 5% actually vaccinated. Yet they have been declared COVID-free. Now, it doesn't mean that they're completely COVID-free. It just means that almost nobody is dying in a country of 240 million people. Why? Because they said, we don't trust the United States medical system now. You know who else don't trust the United States medical system now? Me. They've been bought and paid for, and I don't trust them, and I don't see how you can trust them. Not this COVID mess going on. How do you trust them? There are plenty of other examples. You know, it just depends on where you get your news from. I tend to watch OAN. Yes, it's conservative, but I get stuff out there that I certainly won't get from CNN. And I'm beginning to find out to be on CNN now, you have to be a sexual pervert. It's like they got a ring of perverts there. Anyway, I'm cutting out. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks. I've been extremely busy. I don't like making political videos, even though they're extremely easy to make. I don't want my channel to be that kind of channel, but here I am. Y'all have a good day.
Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.